Hello everyone and welcome. I hope you are all doing well. Today we are continuing with the study of the subject Public Sector Governance, Policy and Administration. Our focus today is on public investment appraisal. Public investment appraisal. In this lesson, we are going to define what public investment appraisal is. We will highlight some of the objectives of this appraisal, and then we'll get into the factors to be considered when undertaking such an appraisal. So let's first begin by the definition of public investment appraisal. What is public investment appraisal? Now we can say, candidates, that this appraisal is the systematic process of evaluating a proposed public investment project before funds are committed in order to determine whether it is economically, financially, socially, and technically justified. So before a public project is undertaken, there has to be an evaluation of that project, what we are saying appraising, so that it is determined beforehand, before funds are committed, whether that project is justified not only technically, but also socially, financially, and economically. And just like any project one may undertake, maybe you want to build a house or you want to build a factory, you have to do what we call investment appraisal. You determine before you commit your funds whether that project is financially viable or economically viable or technically justified. It's the same thing when it comes to dealing with public funds. Public funds, you have to appraise the project before money is released, because public enterprises and government entities face far more potential investment projects than the available funding. So appraisal provides the analytical basis for choosing which projects proceed, at the same time protecting scarce public resources from being committed to poorly conceived or unviable or low priority initiatives. You understand? Yes. So that's the meaning of public investment appraisal. So what then would be the objectives? What are the objectives of this exercise? Objectives. What are the objectives? The first objective or purpose of public investment appraisal is economic viability, to determine economic viability. The purpose is to determine economic viability. Is to determine economic viability of a project. That is to mean whether it generates net benefit to the economy or to the society, right? Does the project generate net benefits to the society or to the economy? And not just the implementing entity, but to the general society. That's the objective. You appraise so that you can determine economic viability. There is also financial, to determine financial viability. To determine financial viability. Financial viability. What do we mean by financial viability? This is to determine whether the project can sustain itself financially, right? Whether it can sustain itself what? Financially. Whether it can also cover its cost, and whether or where relevant, generate adequate returns. That's financial viability. That has to be checked before the project is started to determine financial viability. 3, assess technical viability. The third objective of public investment appraisal is to assess technical viability. What does that mean? That means to determine whether the project can actually be implemented given the available technology, given the available expertise and materials. Can the materials, can the expertise that are present at the moment be able to help in carrying out this project? That's the question. And that has to be assessed before the project is undertaken. Technical viability, or we can use the word feasibility. Technical feasibility. Have you heard about that word? Yes. Technical feasibility. Then another point is to assess social and environmental impact. Assess social and environmental impact. For example, if the government is planning to start a nuclear project in Nairobi, before that nuclear project is started, before building that plant, the government has to carry out social and environmental impact assessment so that they can assess the social and environmental impact of that project in Nairobi and its environs. You understand? Yes. Assess social and environmental impact. Environmental impact, that is, whether the project's broader effects on communities and the environment are acceptable. Number 5, the 5th reason why we appraise public investments is to rank and prioritize among competing projects when resources are limited. To rank and prioritize. The reason why projects are appraised is so that the projects can be ranked, so that those that are to be dropped, they are dropped. Those that are very necessary, then those are undertaken. So that purpose is to rank and prioritize among competing projects. Because you all know that resources are always limited. In life, you cannot have the money to do everything that you want to do. Whether you are an individual or you are a family or you are a university or you are a school or you are a country, resources are always limited. And there will always be competing needs for the same limited resources. Resources are not like stones that you can get outside there. When you walk outside there, you will find there are stones along the road. Those stones have no much value because they are in plenty. You go to every part of this country, you will see stones. There are so many. That's why they are not so much valuable. But when you are talking about financial resources, when you want to do projects, you want to do projects at a personal level, you want to buy a car, you want to go on holiday, wherever you want to go, resources are always limited. So the limited resources that you have are competing for many needs. So you may want to rank and prioritize your needs so that the needs that are necessary are undertaken, and those that are not necessary, you suspend the gratification of such needs. And that is how life is. Even at the national level, the government does not have unlimited resources. That's why the government has to appraise projects, then rank the projects, then prioritize the projects, because these projects need resources that are limited. Competing projects require many resources, and these resources are limited. So rank and prioritize. That's another objective. Then the last objective is to reduce the risk of committing public funds to projects that later fail. You reduce the risk. You can only reduce the risk if you appraise the projects now before you commit the funds. So you appraise the projects so that those that may fail at the end, you don't undertake such projects. So you reduce the risk of committing public funds to projects that may fail later, or may stall, or they may underdeliver. So that's it, candidates, for objectives. Now, let's now discuss the factors to be considered. Factors. We are now discussing the factors to be considered by public enterprises when undertaking such an appraisal. What factors? The first obvious factor is the cost of the project. One, cost of the project. When appraising investment projects, you have to factor in the cost of the project. Enterprises must establish both the capital outlay and the recurring costs over the project's life to judge true affordability and to secure adequate funding. Number two, second factor is expected returns. Expected returns. Or benefits. When appraising public investments, you have to consider the expected returns. The expected returns. Enterprises must weigh both direct financial returns and the wider economic and social benefits, because public enterprises pursue commercial and also developmental objectives simultaneously. So when appraising projects, you have to consider the expected returns or benefits. The third factor to consider is availability and source of funding. Availability and source of funding. Availability and source of funding. A project's viability depends heavily on whether adequate financing can be secured on affordable terms, whether from internal funds, whether from government allocation, or from borrowing. So when appraising projects, you have to check the availability and source of funding. Right? Yes. Number four, risk and uncertainty. Risk and uncertainty is yet another factor that has to be considered. Risk and uncertainty. Enterprises must assess risks such as cost overruns, such as demand shortfalls, such as political or external shocks that could undermine the project's success. Then lastly, the last factor to consider when appraising public investments is alignment with the national priorities. Alignment with national priorities. Alignment with national or sectoral priorities. A project must fit national development plans. They must also fit sector policy objectives to ensure the approvals and also sustained support needed for survival. So these are 5 key factors to consider when appraising public investment. And that marks the end of today's lesson, where we've defined public investment appraisal. We have given the objectives. Number 1 is to determine economic viability. Number 2 is to determine financial viability. Number 3 is to assess uh, technical feasibility. Number 4 is to assess social and environmental impact. Number 5 is to rank and prioritize competing projects. Number 6 is to reduce risk and uncertainty. We've gone further in this lesson. Highlight some of the factors that must be considered when appraising public investment. Number 1 is the cost of project. Number 2, expected returns or benefits. Number 3, availability and source of funding. Number 4, risk and uncertainty. And lastly, alignment with national priorities and sectoral priorities. Thank you for attending the lesson. God bless you. Bye-bye.